Hi everyone, welcome to Craft and Chats, Tuesday the 25th of February. If you're here watching live, can you do me a sound and light check, please? And if you're watching the replay, thank you so much. 20 minutes or so of chatting, and then I'm going to get crafting. So Liz is here. Hello, good to see you. I am going to kind of double check that I'm in Facebook, because Facebook have made some changes again. Yeah, okay, so we are good. Facebook is all good, and I can see YouTube. Thank you, Deborah and Scylla. And Liz, you can all see me and hear me. Awesome. Okay, so a quick sort of public service announcement for my demonstrator friends, actually, just in case you haven't seen the updates. Facebook is now removing your live videos. So you have 30 days where videos are live, and then they are going to remove them. Now, clearly, what they're doing is making sure that they've got more space on their servers, basically. But for those of you that have been doing lives only on Facebook and not doing them in YouTube as well, you've got 90 days in order to download them. So I stream in both places, so all is well. But if, and this is for everybody, if you prefer to watch videos in Facebook, you need to watch them straight away rather than assuming you can go back to them. Good afternoon, Mum. I have actually already spoken to Mum today. Hello again. Pauline to everybody else. And Michelle is here. How are you, Michelle? So do let me know how you are and what you've been up to. What have you been up to this week? We had a family event in Nottingham, so we were away at the weekend. So yeah, saw lots of family, which was good. Ate lots of cake. The lemon drizzle cake was a win. And I promise I didn't eat all of it. I made it and ate it, but there we go. Lorraine, hello. Right. Oh, Donna is here. I've got ink all over. Ooh. So my screen just wobbled. So did my camera wobble as well? Or was it just my screen? That's interesting. I've been playing with the setup again. Those of you that were here last week or watched the replay last week, one of my cameras was quite high up, so I've changed it around. So I'm just going to have to see if I can see how it is. Oh no, Donna's saying yes. So my camera is on a monitor. This camera, the camera that's facing me, is on a monitor which is attached to the desk. So if I wobble the desk, it wobbles the monitor and then clearly wobbles the camera. I shall try and pay attention to that in future. So what has everyone been up to this week? Do let me know in the comments. And then I have a question for you. Hot cross buns. Honestly, there is just a theme going on in my world at the moment. I seem to be obsessed with cake and sweet treats, but hot cross buns. I actually had a delivery for hot cross buns today in my Asda order. But I've noticed this over the last couple of years, and I'd love to hear your take on it. How many different flavors of hot cross buns are there available now? I mean, obviously, you've got hot cross buns, which have fruit and mixed spices and things in them. But you could have chocolate flavored hot cross buns with cheese sprinkles on them. There was like a lemon flavored one. So let me just see. Hot cross buns. So you can have chocolate ones, extra fruity ones, lemon and white chocolate, blueberry, chocolate on chocolate, salted caramel and chocolate, triple berry hot cross buns. Has anybody got any favorites? Anybody tried any of these random hot cross buns? It's just bizarre. It's just bizarre. I have to say, I'm a fan of a toasted hot cross bun, and actually, I do often eat them with cheese. I mean, let's be fair, what is not improved by eating it with cheese? Obviously, unless you're dairy free. But yeah, in the same way that I eat cheese with fruit cake, Christmas cake, Dundee cake. Yeah, toasted tea cakes and additional cheese. So, oh, this is good. I am loving this because there are so many comments about hot cross buns. I'll just wait for a few seconds for you to all put in your comments. It's just weird. And I know that the reason that they do it is basically so people go, oh, that's a new variant. Let's just buy that. These things are all marketing ploys. But hot cross buns have been hot cross buns for forever. And, you would think that they would stay. So let's see what everyone's got to say. And for my international friends, are hot cross buns a thing? Because sometimes it's funny. When I go on Stampin Up incentive trips and I'm meeting up with my international friends, and we talk about things, and sometimes something that is just integral to our world. We talk about something. So, for instance, I could drop hot cross buns into a conversation, and people just look at you as though you're talking nonsense, and it's because they don't have an equivalent, or it's called something else. So my international friends here, let me know what you think, or whether or not you do have hot cross buns. Donna's saying Easter has been on the shelves here forever. Yeah, Boxing Day, day after Christmas, there were Easter eggs in the supermarkets. Liz is saying it's a ridiculous number of variants. Hi, Stella. Texas is in the house. Chris and Angela are with us from sunny Newbury with big black clouds threatening. Yeah, it's sunny. It's sunny down here on the south coast, Chris. But I'm expecting it to be raining soon. Ali's saying, do not mess with the hot cross bun. Deborah likes them plain with lots of fruit. Lorraine's a traditional girl. Liz is saying it's just marketing. Yep. Yes, but Donna prefers the original. And Ali is toasted. Oh, Jill. Wow, that sounds really good. You see, I can be swayed with the marketing. She's just received an order with a hot cross bun flavored Welsh chocolate bar. So a chocolate bar that's got hot cross bun flavors. So I guess that's kind of like, ooh, yeah, sort of, ooh, mixed spice and fruit and ooh, yum. That is Jill, you need to report back. Donna's saying cheese goes with lots of things. Cheese with Granny Apple Smith. Granny Apple Smith? That's because we've got a colour which is Granny Apple Green. So Granny Smith apples and also on toast with jam. Yes, Donna, I also have that. Cheese and strawberry jam sandwiches. It's not really that weird, I don't think. I don't like pickle, you see. So I will have cheese and mango chutney, but I don't like pickle. So cheese and strawberry jam sandwiches are good. And yes, if I want a snack and I'm trying to be good and not just eat a huge chunk of cheese, I'll have cheese and an apple. Kathy Jean, Alberta, Canada is in the house. So we need to, yeah, for those of you that are just joining us, we are talking about hot cross buns and whether they are a thing internationally and whether or not you have weird flavored ones. Because here in the UK, we have all kinds of weird flavors. Chris, banana and Marmite on toast. I need to think about that one. I have them both independently. Absolutely. I adore Marmite and I love banana on toast. I'm just trying to, yeah, salty and sweet, I guess. But clearly it's a winner for you. So, okay. So, any other weird food combinations that we like? I love getting to know you better. Oh, Sue. Sue is here for a bit while waiting nervously for her car MOT. I hope it's okay. I've got to book mine in, actually. There's a note. There's a note by the kettle, which is where we put notes so Amanda sees them. Because I'm always by the kettle. Let's hope it, let's send you good wishes, Sue, and hope it gets through its MOT. Oh, dear. Okay. So if you've got any weird food combinations that you want to share with us, do put them in the comments. And whilst doing that, I will just have a quick chat to you about what's going on with Stampin' Up, what's going on with me as well. So I have been talking for a little while about some changes that are going to be happening moving forward. Stampin' Up is changing the way they give us rewards for placing orders. And my classes and events and things are changing. So I'm going to be sending out an email at the weekend that has got all the information in it. The rewards changes won't be taking place until in the UK until the 8th of April. So we've got a bit of time to kind of sort changes out and so on, but you're not actually going to need to do anything. The system will do all the things. I just wanted to make sure that you've got all the information. So watch out for an email. I think it's Saturday. It's going to come out 1st of March. So all of the information will come out then. There will be some changes to some of my classes and events. All of that information is going to be in there. And actually, something that will be affecting everyone who's here is from next week. So from the first Tuesday of the month, Craft and Chat is going to every other week. So instead of being every Tuesday, it's going to be the first and the third Tuesdays each month. There will be more videos as well. So there'll be lots more content, but the live element will go to the first and the third Tuesday of the month starting next month. Obviously, when I'm away and, you know, out and about, getting about, you'll find that I have to move the dates around. But what I'm going to make sure I do is send out the dates so you know. And many of you will have seen that my system generates a reminder anyway if you subscribe to my YouTube channel. So Facebook is not always as good at letting you know, but YouTube is pretty good. So if you go to YouTube and log in and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and there's a little bell notification, you can click on that and it will tell you, it will give you reminders of when I'm going live. So hopefully that will help. But I'm really excited about the changes and things that are happening. And I love chatting with you all. And I didn't want that to stop. But in order to get everything in, to fit everything in to the, you know, the 24 hours we are given a day, some things had to give. So Craft and Chat will go, like I said, the first and the third Tuesday of the month as a general rule, but don't get mad. Don't shout at me if, you know, some months it's slightly different. So what else do I have to tell you? Celebration. It is ending on Friday. So if you want the best deal, which is joining my team, you need to get a wiggle on. If you want to get your free stuff, get your orders in, you need to get a wiggle on. And if you are going to be joining my online retreat, which is at the end of March, in order to secure a celebration item as well, sort of included, then you need to place your order by Friday as well. So I just don't want you to miss out. I often get emails going, "Oh, I meant to place my order. Can I place it now?" And it's and the stuff's gone. It just completely switches off in the system, and there's nothing else we can do about it. So make sure you get your orders in, please. The same if you want to do March craft along, get your orders in or book your class. So there you go. So lots and lots of things going on. In March, whilst we're talking about things happening in the future, in March, middle of March, I will be going to Strasbourg. And that is for On Stage. There are 3 across the globe. So there's one in the States, there's one in the South Pacific, and the one in Europe is in Strasbourg. So I'm going to Strasbourg. We'll get to see the new annual catalogue, hang out with all my demonstrator friends, which is always super cool. See lots and lots of demonstrations and business tips and all sorts of things. What will happen at that event is we will get to see the new catalogue. So the new catalogue doesn't launch. So it's the new big book, new version of this. it doesn't actually launch until 1st of April, I think. Yeah, see, I think it's the 1st of April. No, 1st of May. I think actually it's the 6th of May. I'm not sure now. I'm questioning myself. Hang on. I'm just going to see if I can check. Unless any of my demonstrator friends want to leap in. Hang on. Product releases, catalogs. Da, da, da. No, I want to know when. When? Okay, 6th of May. Okay, so right. So the new big book launches on the 6th of May. What that means is we will end up with a retiring list from the mini catalogue and retiring stuff from the annual catalogue. Now, I am expecting that to be issued kind of mid-March, so around the time we're away for on stage. And because we've got the new system of last chance items, everything will just go into there. So as always, just keep an eye out on the things that are still on your list, because, you know, we all have things on a list, and make sure that the things that you want, you get sooner rather than later. And the other thing to say is these in colours, copper clay, wild wheat, boho blue, moody mauve and pebbled path will be retiring. So if you have any of those ink pads, you want to get your re-inkers now. And I say this every year. And every year I get emails going, have you got? So please make sure that you get all the re-inkers or packs of cardstock. If it's your favorite color, make sure that you get it before it goes. Alice saying goodbye muddy colors. Yeah, it's really interesting. Some people love them and some people hate them. I actually really like them. Boho blue, obviously it's blue, especially. But I don't know. There you go. Look, here we go. So this is what Ali's saying, that these are muddy colors. And you know, it was when I first introduced them, I was calling them sludgy and muddy and various things, because that's kind of the tone of them. But I still really struggle with the name Moody Mauve, because I want to say Moldy Mauve. And that's really not color, is it? Moldy Mauve. Nobody's going to want that color. Anyway, so that's all going to be coming up. So as always, just check your emails from me, because I will send out information and make sure that you know when things are going and when things are discounted and so on. And if you are not on my email list, then let me just put my website up, inspiringinking.com. If you go there and just click on the links for my newsletter, you will you'll go on the mailing list, and then you'll just get all the information. So there we go. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is show you a really pretty card. This is from the lovely Nikki. This is a thank you card. Nikki's in my direct team, and it was her, I'm going to check now, 13th year anniversary. And something that I've done always with my team is I celebrate their Stampin' Up birthday. And I send them a gift, a different gift every year, and a card to celebrate their Stampin' Up birthday. And I'd sent Nikki a stamp set as a happy birthday gift, happy Stampin' Up birthday gift, and she sent me that beautiful card. So I mentioned earlier about the best deal being joining my team, joining Stampin' Up. There are so many benefits. And one of the best one is the community always. And, you know, getting a discount, getting to see the stuff first, getting to go to events is awesome. So thank you very much, Nikki. Beautiful card. Okay, so I'm going to turn this camera around. I'm going to stop that one and turn this one around. I have no idea whether this is actually gonna work, because I've been messing around with it a lot. So let's just see whether or not it's even in focus. Okay, so it's quite high up actually. Okay, so I will have to move it, but that looks like it's in focus. But let's just there we go. Hi Janice, how are you, lovely? Bear with me just a second. I'm just going to take this out of focus and then put it back into focus. There we go. Is that better? Are we in focus and straight now? Let me know. Let's move that out of the way as well. Bring my cup of tea closer. It's always a dodgy thing moving the camera. So I made these cards last week in Craft and Chat. And one of the things that I was talking about was that there is a technique that you can do that is using ink. So I thought what I'd do is remind you what we did last week and then show you the technique that's very similar to this but uses ink. So I'm going to start out with some brushed brass butterflies. I've got a blending brush, crumb cake, early espresso, and these stamp sets. So elements of text, spotlight on nature, and with you in mind. And I've got, I don't want you to see that yet because that's where I'm going with this. And I've got white layers and cardstock. And I need some grid paper. So let me just get a piece of paper as well. Okay, so these are all main layers, so I need 2 of that. And then I want some smaller layers. There we go. Okay. Get everything opened up. This, I don't know, this kind of feels weird. I feel as though it's on an angle. Does it look like it's on an angle to you? Very weird. Okay. So in order to do this technique, you need some torn paper. Now, you can use paper, but I find I get a better effect if I use cardstock. So I'm using like a quarter sheet of card. And for this first card, I'm actually doing like a diagonal effect. Well, actually more central, I think, actually, effect. And you would assume that tearing it side to side would work best. But I actually prefer to have a longer edge so that I can make sure that I can cover what I need to do. And also, I want to reuse this a few times. And the second card I'm going to make is actually a side-on tear. So what we're going to do is tear the cardstock top to bottom. You want it to be a bit wibbly, but not like huge mountains and valleys. You don't want it too wonky. And I just tear it towards me. And if you keep your thumb and finger sort of fairly close to one another, you will actually have a good amount of control. So can you see? I have got little mountains and valleys, but like I said, nothing huge. Okay. I'm going to take my piece of card, and what I'm going to do is stamp my greeting first so that then I can position everything around it. So let me just see how that's going. That's brilliant. So I'm going to put my happy birthday down here at the bottom. And then I'm going to tape this down. Now I'm using my Post-it tape, but if you've got washi tape or any kind of painter's tape, that type of thing, you can use that. You only need a little bit, but I just want to make sure that this isn't going to move. And the same with these two pieces. When I stick them down in a minute, I don't want them to move either. Okay, so you've got your two pieces. I am going to cover over that piece and pin it down. And then I am going to go about, oh, actually, let's see. I'm going to move that up a little bit. There. Okay, so these two pieces are pinned down, this piece is pinned down. I'm going to use my blending brush on crumb cake and putting plenty of ink on it. And what I'm going to do is start off and just go over the top, and I hold this down just to make sure it's not going to move and not going to lift up. Hi. Got a hi from M Woods. Can't see your first name, but hello and welcome. Okay. So I'm making a different color background by popping that down there like that. Then I'm going to use Margaret. I thought it might be, but sometimes I guess and sometimes I get it wrong. Lovely to see you, Margaret. So I'm going to use my leaves, and this is in crumb cake ink, and I'm just going to stamp sort of over the top. And obviously these two pieces are going to be masking the top and the bottom. I'm going to use one of the text stamps now and just sort of a repeat stamp, and we're just building up interest. Then I'm going to use the early espresso on the splat. Just add a few splats. And then I'm going to take this floral stamp, and again in early espresso, and I'm going to stamp that so I've got a lot of the floral image in the center. Let's get those out of the way. Okay, and then all you're going to do is you're just going to lift up your torn pieces and the piece off the top. And then you've got this lovely effect here. So you've got your sentiment, you've got your lovely stripe, and it looks like the paper is torn and it's peeking through like this, only there is no texture. This is completely flat. So let's get it matted and layered, because as we know, that's what always sets your project off. You can have something that looks really nice, but then you mat it and layer it and it looks amazing. So we're just going to pop that down. And then on this inside layer, I'm just going to pop that flower and a bit of the other stamps just to decorate the inside. There we go. You've not seen that before, Lorraine. Oh, I love that, because it's one of those techniques that you need it to be shown to be able to do it. But when somebody shows you, go, well, that's so easy. Such an easy thing to do, but so lovely. And obviously for this card, I've used quite vintagey style images and colors, but it looks amazing with like blues and greens and sea creatures, or abstract images, or bright vibrant colors and florals. It's just an awesome technique. Okay, so that's one. I'm going to do another one, but this time, let me just pop that there. This time I've got an early espresso card blank and a balmy blue one, and I've got my inside. And this time I'm using the same sentiment stamp set. I'm going to use the thank you this time. I'm just going to pop that there. And I'm actually going to do this effect on this left-hand edge. So let's pin it down again. And then I'm just going to use one of my pieces. Now, this time I am going to do like 2 layers of the tearing. So with this, you can see it's just 1 layer. But obviously with these cards, I've got sort of 2 layers of paper. So I'm going to sort of kind of try to do this as a double effect. So I don't know whether I'm actually making sense, but hopefully it will make sense in a second. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pin this down first. And then I'm going to use the ink that I had on this blending brush, which is Crumb Cake. And I'm going to go all the way along the edge with Crumb Cake. What I want is for this right-hand edge to be like a crumb cake layer almost. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift this up and move it a little bit along. Not a huge amount. I don't want a really thick layer, but just enough to sort of have a differential. So I'm just adding a little bit more colour there. But now I've got a second blending brush and my balmy blue ink pad. And I'm going to add in the blue. Excuse me. And I'm not sort of covering the whole thing in blue, but I'm just sort of adding a little bit of tone. And then we are going to add in, I've got to clean my stamp now, some of the text. And with your text, always make sure it's the right way up. And it's really funny. I can guarantee that when you pick up the stamp, you won't necessarily, at a glance, you might not necessarily know it's upside down. But when you've completed your card, if your card has text on it that's upside down, it will stand out like a sore thumb. So just make sure when you're stamping, you've got it the right way up. So I am going to add in a few little bits of text. The same with the splats. So I'm going to use Crumb Cake splats. I'm going to stamp them off a couple of times. I only want a little bit. I'm not trying to put a lot of colour down each time because it's so much better if you build on it little by little. I think I'm just deciding. Yeah, I think oh, nearly. What I'm going to do is have this flower just there. So that's going to be my focal point. But then I'm going to add in some of these bigger leaves, but in Crumb Cake, so stamped off Crumb Cake as well. So again, I'm just sort of adding a bit of interest without it standing up too much. Okay. I think I need a little bit more text. Just there. Right, so let me just move that. So now when we lift this up, you've now got your 2 layers. Let me just pull this up. You've now got your 2 layers. Can you see? Now it's lost a little bit of its definition just there. So you can, if you're feeling brave, go back and just add a little bit more. There we go. And then you've got your 2 layers. Now I'm actually going to add in, I think, it's kind of, I don't know. What I want to do is I want to add something here and here. And what I want is a butterfly, and I don't have any up here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my brass butterflies on. Let me just move all this stuff out of the way. Layer this up so you can see the finished effect, because as I said, you know, you always need these layers in order to do that. Now you can use sort of masking paper as well. We actually have some. Stampin' Up sells some. I don't use it. I prefer to do it this way with cardstock. We are all different. We all craft in different ways. So by all means, give that a go if that's something that you think you might want to try. But you can see, yeah, that's what it needed. You can see that it works really well if you just tape everything down. There we go. Ta-da-da. Let me bring it up so you can see. Just such a pretty image. And you've actually got, so you've got balmy blue, you've got crumb cake, you've got early espresso, you've got the text stamps, you've got the splats, you've got the flowers, you've got the leaves, you've got all sorts of additional depth there. And then you've got that one as well. So I hope that has been an interesting technique for you to see today. Let me know if you're going to give it a go. I would love to see, and by all means, send me pictures. I love to get cards in the post, but I also love to get pictures too of all the things that you have made. You can send me pictures and requests for Craft and Chat by sending me an email, amanda@inspiringinking.com, and then you can I can show them, because now I can do screen shares and things. I can show them to everybody. Do please, as I said, subscribe to my blog and my YouTube channel. That way you'll always get to know when I am live. All of the products that you've seen today can be purchased in my online store. If you go over to my blog, which is inspiringinking.com, you will find clickable links to the online store. You've got till Friday to get booked for March Craft Along. You've got till Friday to get your celebration items or your extra special joining offer. And I will be back here next week because it's the first Tuesday of the month. So Craft and Chat, if you weren't here at the beginning, Craft and Chat will be moving to twice a month, the first and the third Tuesdays. So I hope that you will join me then, and I shall look forward to seeing you. Thank you so much, everybody. I'm thrilled and brilliant. Lorraine's really enjoyed it. Jill's saying she's loving the technique and will give it a go. Thank you, Liz and Chris and Michelle and Donna and Scylla. Thank you. Thank you so much. Take care of yourselves. I will see you all next week. Goodbye.